When I returned from Rafah to Canada, I started to learn of the multiple children, now in the double digits, that have died from starvation and dehydration in the north. And I am afraid that with such news, with such limitation of food and other aid going to the north, we're just going to see hundreds, if not thousands, of children and people die in the north. I cannot fully explain how people are coping. I think everyone has been impacted by the limitations on those conditions that are necessary for life. And so with these overlapping crises that are structurally and systemically withheld by Israel, we're just going to see so many deaths. We're just going to see so many people die because of this ongoing genocide that continues to be upheld by Western powers, nations like Canada, like the United States, and like the UK. I even saw rickets disease, children that couldn't walk anymore, that used to be able to walk, children that should be walking by their developmental milestones because they're 12 months old, 14 months old, but were not walking because of how severely dehydrated and malnourished that they were. And this was in the South. This is where there is a little bit more food and aid entering. And I thought about these children that I met at the clinic that followed me around because I looked different, and I, was interesting to them to follow me around. And they looked to me by their height to be 4, 5, 6 years old. And then I had to be told by other staff members that actually know these children that they're actually 10, 11, 12 years old. And so these were children that have been stunted, physically stunted, as a consequence of the Gaza diet. And if we think about even beyond that, we have the physical stunting, but also the psychological impacts. Children will not be able to reach their developmental milestones, let alone their cognitive potentials. And there are actually studies that show that people that are severely malnourished as children will go on to develop learning disabilities and even things like dementia, unable to fulfill kind of their potential as human beings. And this is systemic, because this is a structural way in which life is being withheld from Palestinians en masse in Gaza. We're going to see the long-term consequences for all these children, all these people, for the decades to come, if they are able to see another day.